Hey guys, welcome back to the Tearing It Up podcast. How we feeling, baby? Hey. So guys, I have gotten a bed. Last episode, I think I was still on the mattress on the floor. I don't think we had a bed yet. We have a bed, which is great. It's a huge advancement in this apartment. We actually have a lot of our furniture here, but I haven't posted it yet because I still need to style it. And honestly, there's cat hair everywhere. So I need to like clean and style things before I make videos about the new furniture. However, it feels great to have a bed. We don't have lamps on our bedside table yet. We have like some filler lamps for right now. So that's like something I need to get. I need to get art. I really want to put like wallpaper on this wall behind me because I really don't like this like grayish blue paint that we got going on. But yeah, welcome back to the podcast, guys. I think this is episode 9. Wow. Okay, what's been going on? Well, it was Austin City Limits weekend 1 this last weekend. If you don't know what Austin City Limits is, it's the big music festival that happens here in Austin once a year for 2 weekends. And it's always in October. It's typically the first weekend of October and the second weekend of October. So it always falls over my birthday. But that's fine because I'm actually going somewhere this weekend for my birthday, which is weekend 2. Because Rafa's surprising me with a little birthday trip. I actually like know where we're going, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know what he's like curated for the weekend exactly. So there are some surprises to come and I'm very excited. I'm about to be 26. What the hell? Anywho, it was Austin City Limits this last weekend. Took it out of me. It takes it out of everyone. Like it is such a tiring weekend, but so much fun. I feel like my highlights of it were, oh my God, who did I love seeing the most? I mean, obviously Dua Lipa, she was number 1. Like Dua Lipa changed my life. Seeing her perform, I was gagged. I cannot believe that she can dance, sing, and just like put on a show like that and still look so fucking hot while doing it. Like it's actually offensive how hot that woman is. So that was probably my favorite performance, not just because she's literally the most beautiful, gorgeous person I've ever seen, but she's also an insane performer. Like she is so talented and I just love her. Like she is iconic. She's such a queen. So I love Dua Lipa. Let's see. We saw Barry Can't Swim. We saw Benson Boone. We saw Jungle. I really liked Jungle. We saw Chronogabin. I don't know how to say their name. We saw Hermanos Gutierrez. You hear my accent there? Loved Hermanos Gutierrez. Who else? Nora Jones, Blink-182. It was amazing. It was a super fun weekend. But I like have had black boogers ever since it ended and my feet still hurt and my lower back hurts and I feel like I never had like back pain and shit, like body pain until this year of my life. I'm like, is this how I know I'm getting old, that like going to a festival, like legit, I have like lower fucking back pain after? In the spirit of talking about Austin, Texas and ACL, I thought it would be fun to do an episode on just all of my Austin recs. This is like Austin 101. I get a lot of DMs that are like, I'm coming to Austin this weekend. Where should I eat? What should I do? Where should I go out? Or I'm going to a birthday dinner tonight. Where should we go? Or what are your favorite workout classes in Austin? Or like, where should I go get coffee or brunch or whatever? A lot of it obviously is food related because we do live in a city where I feel like the biggest thing to go and do per se is eating related. So a lot of these are food related, but I also did like my perfect day in Austin, some hotel recs, workout classes. We're gonna go through all of it. I did areas to live in. I also get DMs of people being like, I'm thinking of moving to Austin. Like, what areas do you recommend? So I compiled a list of all of my Austin recs. I'm sure I missed some things, but I think it's a pretty good list. And we're going to talk about all things Austin today. So if you're coming to Austin, or if you are new to the city, or if you just want to know what's good, because I promise you I fucking know what's good and what's not, this is the episode for you. So let's just get right into it, guys. So I've lived in Austin a little over 3 years, which isn't a super long time in the grand scheme of things, but I do pride myself on my desire to get out there, to try restaurants, to try new things, to try different things on the menu. I'm not picky at all. Like, I'm literally the least picky person, I swear. I will eat virtually anything, except I really don't like canned tuna. Wait, I actually have a list on my phone of the foods I don't like, because I feel like the list of foods I don't like is so short that I actually had to make a list, and I'm going to read it to you. Canned tuna or any pate, I just don't like it. It's gross. Mayonnaise, but like sometimes it's okay, like in small doses, but like it freaks me the fuck out. I don't like raw celery. I think it tastes like soap. I think it tastes like shit. I don't like eggplant. It's like too slimy. It's scary. I don't like the color. It's scary. I don't really like lox bagels, which I do know that's a hot take. I mean, I'll eat it. I'm not like, ew, but I don't like the texture of the slimy salmon. And that's it. Those are the only foods I don't like. I don't love radish. I guess that should be on there. How did I get on this topic? Anyways, I'm not picky, and I feel like I've tried a lot of the places in Austin. I have a good list of the things that I like and I don't like. So let's just get into it. We're going to talk about it all. Now, something Austin's known for is food trucks. There are food trucks everywhere, kind of similar to Portland, where I'm from. There's also food trucks everywhere. So I feel like I've been to a lot of food trucks in my life. So we're going to start out with food trucks, because I feel like that's like an Austin staple. Now, number one rec when it comes to food trucks is El Marisquero. Okay, guys? Now, you might have heard me talk about El Marisquero in the past, because that is where Rafa and I had our first date. And it used to be this food truck off of I-35 near like the Holly neighborhood in Austin, behind a Shell. And I have to say, it didn't present itself as the most appealing food truck, right? It was behind a gas station. It was off the highway. It was a little bit of chaotic area, cars, people getting gas, whatever. So when Rafa and I went there for our first date, which, mind you, was Rafa's idea, because I told him I love like ceviche and fresh Mexican seafood. So does he. That's why he took me here. I was kind of like skeptical, like, what is this place? This looks kind of weird. Like, I maybe shouldn't be eating like fish out of a food truck behind a gas station. But boy, was I wrong. Did I misjudge El Marisquero? So they moved. Their new location, I believe, is up north. It is worth the drive. If you guys like fresh Mexican seafood, ceviche, aguachile, they have seafood quesadillas. I think they have tacos. Go here. It is so, so, so good, especially on a hot day when you're craving like a cold, refreshing meal, which I know it's random to crave something like a cold meal, but like it is so refreshing. Their ceviches are amazing. The portion sizes are huge, and it's just so good. And you can get micheladas, which like micheladas are basically like spicy beer. It's like tomato juice cocktail thing with like beer. I like mine with like Coronas usually. And then you put like salsas, like spicy hot sauces and lime and like Worcestershire, and it's so good. They also have those there, but you do have to buy your beer separate, but they have like the mix. So good. I just love El Marisquero. I think it is slept on, and if you like Mexican seafood, go there. Okay, moving on. Patrizis. This is kind of a food truck, I guess, if you could say. It's like I don't even know. I think it's like a shipping container where they make pastas, but they like make all their pastas fresh. They make the noodles. It's in East Austin. I actually don't know what the neighborhood area is called, but the restaurant's called Patrizis, and it's in the cutest little like park. I think it's called the Vortex, where they have like string lights and tables, and they have like comedy and music, and it's just this cute little dreamy park. It actually reminds me a lot of Portland when I'm there. And they have a few cats that hang out in the park, which I love. They have like a few really, really fat cats. I forget what their names are, but they're so cute. They hang out around the food truck. Amazing pasta. They have a few different ones. They have a pesto. They have a red sauce. They have my favorite is the lemon. It's kind of like a lemon cream sauce with, I think, like arugula. And then I add chicken. That one is so good. But if you like fresh noodles, like a thick kind of chewy noodle with just like good sauce, also like a big portion and very chill. Like you wait in line, you order, you get to sit down, you can just like walk in there and get a table, which I love. We've also brought like huge groups there. They have like big ass tables. We all get pasta, and then there's a little bar like to the side of Patrizis that you can go inside and get like full bar, like cocktails, beer, wine, whatever. And the vibes are always just so cute. They do comedy on certain nights. They have concerts there. And you can just eat like bomb-ass pasta in a good environment. And it's not like extremely expensive. It's not like cheap, but it's not extremely expensive. Okay, Cuantos. Now, this is a pretty basic rec. Everyone knows Cuantos, I feel like. But y'all, it's popular for a reason. Cuantos tacos are so good. We usually get like one of each. I think they have like 6 or 7 different types of meat. We usually get like one of each, and every single one is amazing. I think I remember I loved their like carnitas and maybe their bistec. I can't really remember exactly what we got, but they are so good. Worth the hype. It's in East Austin. Affordable, delicious tacos. Just go. Another taco rec, El Primo. El Primo is on South 1st Street. Breakfast burritos. I feel like Austin doesn't really have a breakfast burrito scene that like California does and a lot of other states do. We have more of a breakfast taco scene. Now, I like a breakfast taco, don't get me wrong, but I think a breakfast burrito is so much better. There's just more you can do with it, okay? It's denser. You can add the avocado and the rice and the beans. And I don't know, I fuck with a breakfast burrito on a different level than I do a breakfast taco. They have really good breakfast burritos. They also have breakfast tacos. It's affordable. It's good. Go to El Primo, okay? Don't sleep on it. Next food truck. We're still on food trucks, okay? I'm going to try to get through these. I'm spending too much time on the food truck recs. Little Nishi is a hand roll food truck, also on South 1st, that has, like all these different types of hand rolls. I think they also might have nigiris, or maybe it's just hand rolls. I don't know. But if you're ever craving like a good piece of fish, a good hand roll, but you don't want to like go out to a super expensive sushi restaurant, go to Lil Nishi and get their hand rolls. I really like I think it's their Toro one, and then they have a really good like ebi shrimp one. Bomb as fuck. I wouldn't say this is affordable by any means. It's not like cheap, but it's also not like going to an expensive sushi restaurant and getting hand rolls. I think it's good if you're not like starving. If you're starving, like for me, I need like 8 or 9 hand rolls like to get full. But if I'm just like craving a lighter dinner or something, this is perfect because you can get like 3 or 4 hand rolls. Won't necessarily break the bank. It's delish. It's fresh. I mean, it's healthy to an extent, right? And I just love a fucking hand roll. So you should for sure go to Little Nishi. Oh my God, I just thought of a rec I need to add to this list right now. I have too many recommendations. Next rec is Oye Taquito, another taco truck. This is a taco truck off of Cesar Chavez, and they do tacos, I believe they're like similar to the tacos they make in El Paso. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I think that's what I remember them telling me. And they make these like mini tacos with cheese on them, and they're so good. Go to Oye Taquito. I'm not going to go on and on about how good it is, but they make some bomb ass food truck tacos, okay? The next one is tacos again. Fuck. Sorry, but like Austin is known for tacos, so whatever. The last food truck rec I have is Los Galanes, Birria and Tacos. I think that's how you say that. Rafa and I got this recently. This is also South Austin. Holy shit, guys. Their esquites, or was it esquites? Or no, it was elote because it was on the cob, I think. Fuck, I don't know if I'm saying, I don't know. Anyways, I think it was their elote. Amazing. And then their birria. I'm kind of picky about birria, but their birria was unreal, and it wasn't like too overwhelmingly greasy. Los Galanes I think is a sleeper because I'd like never heard of anyone talk about it before, but we tried it. The birria, get the chicken birria and then the regular birria, and then get the elote. Unreal. Okay, we got to move on from food trucks because I'm like going on and on. Next up, we're switching it up and going to fancy. So these are kind of my recommendations if you're looking to ball out, you're wanting to go somewhere a little bit on the nicer end, a little more expensive, but like actually worth your money. Also a handful of Mexican recs in here. I just think we have I think we have really, really good Mexican food in Austin because I'm from somewhere that we had like trash Mexican food. Like I don't think the Mexican food in Oregon is good at all. So then when I moved here, I'm like, holy shit, there's such good Mexican food that I'm just like obsessed with the Mexican food in Austin. But first rec, it's one of my favorite restaurants in Austin. I've talked about it before, ATX Cocina. She's expensive for sure because I feel like Mexican food, you shouldn't have to spend a ton of money on like literal esquites or like guac. Like I think their guac is like $17 or $18, which is fucking ridiculous. Like guacamole should not be that expensive. However, I do love it. Their guac is so good. I love their margaritas. You can get they have like the big, it's called the ATX, I think. And it's just a really damn good margarita. Like give me 1 or 2 of those and I'm feeling like good for the night. I love their tuna tostadas. I do like their esquites. They're pretty good. They're not like life-changing like the ones I had in Mexico, but they're good. And I love their machete taco. Amazing. The vibes are always so good in there. And I love to go with like 1 or 2 friends and sit at the bar, get margs, and just like pig out. But it's like a classy, fun, kind of like going out vibe in there. So it's fun. You can kind of like dress up. You can go with the girls. And it's just always a good time, and the food always hits. They're very consistent. Like, I've never had a bad meal there. Back to ATX Cocina. I feel like this is the perfect place if you're visiting Austin, if you're like on a girls' weekend, or you have like, you're in town with like family. I feel like ATX Cocina is the perfect place because it's downtown. You kind of get the downtown vibes. You can sit out on the patio. Their patio is super cute. You can have good Mexican food, and it might be a little bit pricey for sure, but I do think this is a spot you need to try to hit. Okay, next is Este. This is another like Mexican rec, but it's specifically more like Mexican seafood. I love Este. This might be my favorite restaurant in Austin. It's for sure in like my top 3. I love it. So their fish tacos, unreal. They're, like I said, I love like fresh Mexican seafood. Their aguachile, their ceviche, their tuna tostadas. It is so good. And it's kind of a similar vibe to ATX Cocina where it's like $18 fucking margarita. Ridiculous, but it hits. And they have a really cute little patio. And next door is this place called Bartoti, which is like a Spanish, I don't even know if it's like more of like a wine bar, cocktail bar, but it's this cute little like wine cocktail bar situation that while you're waiting for your table at Este, you can get a drink at Bartoti and like sit outside, and the vibes are really cute. There's like trees and tables, and they also have food, but I've actually never eaten there, so I cannot say anything about the food at Bartoti. But Este is amazing. Highly recommend the fish tacos and all the fresh seafood. Their guac is really good. And I love their salsa matcha. And then they have this like habanero salsa. It's so good. Next is Red Farm, which I believe is Chinese, kind of like dim sum vibes. This is also downtown. I wanted to put this on here, not because it's like one of my favorite restaurants in Austin, but I just feel like I didn't have many good Asian recs. I didn't have any Asian recs within the fancy category. And I feel like if you want like a finer dining experience and you want Asian food, Red Farm is the way to go. Their egg rolls are so, so good. And we also got this duck dish that was really good. The vibes inside are cute. I don't really have much more to say. It wasn't like blow my socks off amazing, but it was just like good. It was solid. I would say if you're craving like a nicer dinner that's you want Asian, go to Red Farm. Perla's. Perla's is on South Congress, kind of a basic rec. I feel like many people have been there. But especially for people visiting Austin, I think I like Perla's more than Clark's. Clark's is the other like kind of oyster bar vibe in Austin. And I want to say I like Perla's more just because I think the patio is so cute, and ambiance and vibes play such an important part in my overall dining experience. Whereas, I mean, Clark's vibes are cute too, but they don't really have the same like outdoor patio lively vibe that Perla's has. Perla's has amazing oysters. I love their Aperol Spritz. This is where I'm going, maybe for like a pre-dinner vibe, just like let's get some oysters and a drink. I have had dinner there and it's good. It's not like holy shit. But I think Perla's is the perfect place to like grab an Aperol, sit on the patio while it's nice out, take in the South Congress vibes. I think it's very, very fun for people who are visiting Austin. Like you should 100% go to Perla's. Also, their fries are amazing. Okay, next is Ezov. Ezov is like an Eastern Mediterranean restaurant. It's on the east side, and I'd driven by it so many times, and my expectations were very low going in, and it absolutely slapped my ass. Now, when it comes to the Mediterranean recs in Austin, you kind of have like the Peacock, you have Abba. I think Ezov is a fucking sleeper, and it's so good, and I would pick Ezov over Abba or the Peacock any day. I do think Abba is really good, but like just go to Ezov, try it. They have great drinks. They have like little wine tasting flights. We got like this amazing hummus. We got a really good crudo. And then we got some sort of shawarma, and I remember it was phenomenal. Next is Suerte, which is also Mexican. It's kind of adjacent to ATX Cocina, but it's different in its own way. I feel like their cocktails are a little bit more fun and different. They have like really good mezcal cocktails. I also really like Suerte for brunch. They have a damn good michelada. But what I love so much at Suerte is their suadero tacos. Oh my God, guys, these tacos are some of the best bites in Austin. They're small. You get 4 of them. but it is so good. The meat is so juicy and flavorful, and I would go to Suerte simply just for those tacos. Next for fancy is Justine's, specifically for their steak frites. If you like steak frites, go to Justine's. Also, the vibes in Justine's are just so cute. It's like vibey, it's romantic, it's a whole ass vibe. Just trust me and go. La Piscina. Okay, this is my last rec on the fancy list. I know I've said so many Mexican places, but like, if you are coming to Austin, or if you just live in Austin, you just know Mexican food is the fucking vibe here. I love La Piscina. The first time I went, I was like, but then I went a few more times and I was like, wait a second, I get the hype now. If you like fajitas, oh my God, their fajitas are so good. I get half steak and half chicken fajitas, and then you get like a few apps. We'll usually get like I think they have like a really good like crab tostada and some guac. So delicious. Truly, their fajitas are the best fajitas I've ever had. Like, they come sizzling with like crispy cheese and all the toppings. Oh my God. And then I love their frozen margarita. I think they have great margaritas in general, but their frozen margarita is so good. Not to mention the vibes is like, it's this like rooftop patio. You're looking out to this gorgeous pool. It's at the proper hotel. Definitely on the pricier end, but this is a great place. I love to take like my mom there or people visiting there. I always get like a nice buzz going from one of those frozen margs, and the food just hits, and I feel like I don't feel like complete shit after it, because it's like, it's not super greasy fajitas, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways, I got to keep moving on because literally I have so many more things to get through. Okay, those are my fancy recs. Now let's get into areas to live in. My first 3 years were in Riverside, like East Riverside area, and now I live in a different area, but I think I've done a pretty good job of like figuring out the areas that I like, the areas that I don't like as much. And I'm not going to talk about the areas that I necessarily don't like, but I'm going to talk about the ones that I would like to live in, that I think are cute areas, because I get a lot of questions of people being like, oh, I'm thinking about moving to Austin. What areas do you recommend? And here we go. The first one is, I mean, I feel like the east side is like popping right now with people moving there, but the part of the east side that I really like is Holly. It's the area kind of directly off of I-35 on the east side. It's very cute. It's walkable. There's a ton of like little restaurants that you can walk to. There's little like gelato places. You're close to the trail. I think proximity to the trail in Austin is so important. The trail literally gives me life. Like, it's the best thing. One of the best things about this city, and it's what really made me fall in love with Austin, is walking the trail. And if you don't know what the trail is, if you don't like live here, it's this like giant 10-mile loop trail that goes all around downtown, all through the east side, all the way down to like Mopac on the west side of Austin. And the trail is amazing because you literally get to like walk around the whole city, kind of. You get to see downtown, you get to see Zilker, you get to see the lake, and it's just like the perfect way to take in Austin. So I really like Holly because you're near the trail, it's walkable, it's a young, fun, cute area. There's a lot of like cute little houses for rent. I also really like 78704, like the 04 area in general is a great area. Definitely can be on the pricier end because of course it's like a desirable area. But what falls into that is like Travis Heights, South First, like the Bolden area. I think also like the Zilker area, the Barton Springs area, Galindo, all of that falls into the 04. It's kind of the chunk of the city south of downtown, like directly south of downtown, but above Ben White Boulevard. I don't know what that highway is called, I forget, but that is a great area. I know a lot of people that want to live there, like living there. There's always kind of, cute rentals and things like that. There's a few apartment buildings, but it's definitely on the pricier end. Another one that's also kind of on the pricier end, actually all of these are, but like a lot of these are, because again, like I feel like those more desirable areas of course cost more to live in. But Seaholm is cute if you want to live kind of downtown. Personally for me, I thought when I first moved here, I wanted to live like right in downtown so bad. I learned quickly that that actually isn't really what I want. I just feel like when I'm downtown, one, it's a fucking hassle to park, and I feel bad that like when guests would come over, I mean, I never lived downtown, but if guests would come over, like parking is such a hassle, and I just kind of like being removed from the chaos. Like I feel like downtown Austin gets more chaotic by the day, and it's not really what I personally want anymore. But if you want to live downtown, I think the Seaholm area and kind of the 2nd Street area is very cute. Also, I'm going to list out all of these recs in the description so that you guys can reference them if you're not like, if you're curious like wait, what the fuck did she say? But yeah, Seaholm is cute, walkable. You got Trader Joe's. You're also near the trail. You got like the Austin Library. You have restaurants. You have Whole Foods. There's a lot of like cool high rises in that area. I've looked at a few, but again, it's like really, it's quite expensive over there. Okay. Next is the Zilker and Barton Creek area, which is kind of what I referenced when I said 78704 zip code. Great area. Again, you can walk to Zilker. You can walk to Barton Creek. Again, though, very desirable. Things go very quickly in those areas, and they're expensive. We were looking a lot to move over there when we were deciding to move, and I just noticed that everything just flies. So I would highly recommend, if you're looking to move in these like hotspot areas, go on Zillow, check it literally every like 2 or 3 hours, because shit goes quick. Now another area I like that a few of my friends have lived in, and I've gone down and hung out with them there and like kind of learned a bit more about it, is like the South Manchaca. I don't know how to say it. Manchaca. Fuck, I'm gonna get ripped apart for not saying that right, but I think it's a South Manchac. I don't know. South Manchac, East Congress area. I feel like that area is very up and coming, and you have like Central Market near you, which is a really like sick grocery store that has like kind of like artisan foods. It's very cool. And you have the movie theater that I like. There's a movie theater over there that I like. I think it's called Regal Westgate. And you have like some good restaurant options. I feel like it's very up and coming, and it's definitely more affordable than the other areas I was referencing closer to downtown, because you're more like 10 minutes out of downtown, but you can get into downtown very easily. And there's a lot of cute neighborhoods, a lot of homes that have been renovated that are for rent. I'm not sure about like apartment buildings specifically down there, but I do know there's a lot of like cute like condo, apartment, home rentals down there. But yeah, I had some friends that lived down there, and every time I was down there, I was like, oh, it's like nice and quiet down here. There's some cute homes. There's a lot of like young families, but also still like young people, but you can still get up into downtown very quickly. My last area to live in recommendation is Hyde Park. I really didn't know anything about Hyde Park until we were looking to move, and we toured a few places in Hyde Park. It is so cute. It reminds me of like, I keep referencing Portland, but it reminds me of like the kind of older, cute neighborhoods in Portland. There's a lot of trees, a lot of like old homes. It's not like a bunch of new builds. Like I feel like the like 78704 zip code and stuff, it's a lot of new builds, but Hyde Park isn't. Like it has that like kind of older historic feel. So if you want to live in like a older building that has like those cute like checkerboard floors and like it'll definitely have like an older kitchen and those types of vibes, but it'll have like original wood floors, and like I personally love those vibes. I say that as I'm sitting in my apartment. That's definitely not those vibes, but Hyde Park definitely has that, like those cute kind of historic buildings, very walkable, cute little sidewalks. There's little like cafes and restaurants, and I don't know, when I'm up there, I'm like, this is just like a cutie little dream neighborhood. Lots of young families. Yeah, it's just cutie. Go check out Hyde Park, drive around it, you'll get the hype. Now we are getting into one of my favorite categories, casual dining in Austin. We're talking the places that are actually somewhat affordable, that you can walk in and get a table without feeling like you're a piece of shit. Like there's sometimes where you go to restaurants in Austin and they're like, do you have a reservation? And you're like, no. And then they look at you like, oh, well, we're booked out for the night. Sorry. You know? So yeah, we're talking the places that you can walk in and get a fucking table. First one, guys. Oh, this is legit my favorite restaurant in Austin. I know I said that about ATX Cocina, but this is actually my favorite restaurant in Austin. Numero 28. Now, I gotta get through this because knowing me, I'll legit spend the rest of this episode talking about Numero 28. But Numero 28 is your like mom and pop Italian spot. It's down on 2nd Street in downtown. It's cute. It's little. I feel like it gets overlooked because people just walk past it. And I'm not saying I love, love, love this restaurant because holy shit, it's the best Italian food I've ever had. No. The Italian food is good. It's solid. It feels like a home-cooked comfort meal. But the vibes are so cute. As you guys can see, I love the vibes. It's all about the fucking vibes. I don't care how good your food is. If the vibes are off, I'm not having a good time. The vibes in here are cozy. It's not trying to be something that it isn't. It's not trying to be this like new, modern, innovation restaurant. Like what is that place on the east side like called Space Cowboy, where they like, I'm pretty sure like a fucking robot brings you your drink, or like it's on a conveyor belt. Like we don't need that. We don't need a conveyor belt martini for $30. This place, first off, they have a lot of Italians working there, so that just adds to the effect, because like there's a handful of Italians that work there, and it just like so fun because they're so funny, they're so expressive, they're so nice. And I just feel like I'm at just like a hole in the wall New York Italian restaurant when I'm there. They also have a damn good espresso martini, and they just treat you so nice. Every time I go in there, I have the best experience. They take care of you. They're so kind. They always will give me like a little thing of free gelato at the end or a cannoli. And I've built a relationship for sure with a lot of the waiters there because we go all the time. But I just love it. And I think it's such a it's just such a comfort meal and comfort place for me. My parents love it. I took them there. They have a really cute little patio in front of it that you can sit out and like you can kind of feel those like downtown vibes. Ew, how many fucking times am I going to say vibes in this episode? But you can feel the downtown ambiance while eating. It's actually reasonably priced. And if you're inside, it's just this cozy feel. We've gone there for like big group dinners, and they've like pulled tables together so that like 8 of us can sit both inside and out. And it's just, they always give the best service. The drinks are always good, and they're always poured quite well. Like these espresso martinis get me feeling good. And I need to shut up about numero 28 because I actually never will. But you are going to love it. And I love their bolognese. I love their ravioli. And those are my highlights. Wait, I think I have another. Yeah. No, I would say the bolognese and the ravioli are my favorites. Okay. Next on the casual dining is Super Thai. Ooh. Guys, Super Thai. I actually had a girl come up to me at ACL this weekend, and she was like, you put me onto Super Thai and it's literally changed my life. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Super Thai is so good. It's on South Lamar. I feel like Austin lacks, there just isn't enough Thai food. And maybe I'm saying that because I don't know, I feel like in Oregon we had a lot of Thai food. There's an abundance of Asian options when it came to food. I don't feel like there is here. There's not enough. I really don't think there's enough. There's a few good spots, but I don't think there's enough. And Super Thai for Thai food is next fucking level. It's casual, so you can dine in, but it's like a very casual vibe. You can literally go in sweatpants, or you can get it for takeout. They're always popping, so I do think a lot of people know about it and eat there, but I just don't feel like it's talked about enough because it is so good. I love the cow soy with chicken and the pad see ew with steak. Get those 2 dishes, and I promise you're going to like want to kiss me on the lips. Next is Fresa's. Fresa's is also in South Austin. It's on South 1st. This is Mexican, but I do feel like it's kind of like fast casual vibes. They do have like margs and cocktails and stuff, but it's great when you're craving something that's not going to make you feel like shit because it's fairly healthy. They have like healthy bowls and like really good like sweet potatoes and things like that. So I like Fresa's when I want like a quick meal. You can get in, you can get seated. If you want to have a cocktail or a beer, you can have it. But the food itself is like fairly healthy, it feels like. So I think it's a good option. Okay, next is 888. This is another Asian option. 888 is off of Old Torf, kind of in the like Riverside Old Torf area. And it is like pan-Asian. So they have like all different types of Asian food. Massive menu. Like the menu is actually going to overwhelm you, and you're going to be like, I have absolutely no fucking idea. Go in blind, order a few things. You won't be disappointed. Another place where you can just go hungover. You can go in sweats. It is so casual, or you can get it for takeout. This is the type of place I'm talking like Sunday night hangover, go get some good ass fried rice, some like orange chicken, some pho, like everything that I've had there has been good. Next is Homeslice, and not for the pizza. The pizza's good. The pizza's good. The pizza's fine, okay? It's nothing like, holy shit, I'm like peaking. But the Italian sandwich, and I know you guys have heard me talk about this Italian sandwich so many times, but this is like my go-to when I'm craving a sandwich. Especially if it's like, oh, we're going on a little park day. I'm getting that Homeslice Italian sandwich, and it is so fucking big that it's perfect to split with someone. So like Rafa will have 1/2 and I'll have 1/2. And I'll still get super full off of just 1/2. I mean, this sandwich is quite literally crafted with God's hands. The bread is so good. It is perfectly stuffed with shredded lettuce and vinaigrette and perfect amount of meat. Oh my God. If I'm just like, I want to get a sandwich real quick, Homeslice Italian. Also, notable mention, Snarfs. I like the Snarfs Italian too, and it's cheaper and it's probably a little bit faster because you don't have to like deal with parking on South Congress. Okay, the next three I wouldn't say are like affordable, super like casual options, but I also didn't want to put these in fancy because I don't feel like they're like fancy, but I also don't feel like they're casual like super Thai, so I don't fucking know. But first one is Birdies. This is on the east side, like kind of deep East Austin. And it's this cute little like wine bar vibe, and it's Italian food, and they are constantly changing their menu. I love a place where they're constantly changing their fucking menu. I love that. Like, I love that because that's how you just know shit's going to be good. Or not. Or it's actually going to be ass. But you order at a counter. You can get a good bottle of chilled skin contact wine. Who am I? Skin contact wine. But I do love orange wine. You can get a cute little bottle of wine. They put it in this cute little bag with ice, and then you pick a table. And I always order, especially if you're with a group, like a handful of plates because they're kind of small, but everything hits. I went recently. The deviled eggs were amazing. The orchette, I don't know if I'm saying that right, pasta, amazing. The minute steak, amazing. Everything I've ever had there has been really good. And then the best part is they have this soft serve. Oh my God, it had like this orange olive oil situation on top of it, this like soft serve that they served me. I have not stopped thinking about it. It was so good. So Birdies is for sure a hit. I'm going to take my mom there when she's here next week. Then we have Elizabeth Street Cafe. I feel like this is a bit of a basic rec. A lot of people have been. It's definitely like something that comes up when you Google restaurants in Austin, but it's good. It's so good. It's this cute little Vietnamese restaurant on South First Street, and it's always busy, so I would actually recommend making a reservation for this place. But I also don't feel like this falls in the fancy category, so I don't know. This is somewhere in between casual and fancy, but I love their drunken beef noodles, and I love they have this like chicken crunch salad roll, and then these rice rolls, these shrimp rice rolls. That trio is an unreal trio. It is so good. I haven't had their pho, so I can't really speak on that. But I would make a res. It's also a really cute little date spot. Like, I feel like this is a great place for like a first date. Like, it's nice and it's cute, but it's not like, holy shit, like super fancy vibes. And you can sit outside. They have a cute little patio. They have good cocktails. I love Elizabeth Street. And my last rec is Yuki. This is also not casual, but it's not fancy. It's somewhere in the middle. You walk in, you sit at the bar. It's a handroll and nigiri bar in Westlake. I never hear people talk about this place either, and it actually blew my mind. I think it's the best sushi in Austin. Holy shit, you guys. It is so fucking good. This is a place that we did go here at a random time at like 3 or 4 p.m. So like not dinner or not lunch. And then as the dinner hour rolled around, it did start to get very busy. So maybe make a res or go at a random time because they don't seat a lot of people there. Pretty sure we're going to go here for Rafa's birthday because he fell in love with it. But they have like the biggest cuts of fish on these nigiris. Like they're such good cuts of fish and they cook them so well. Some are raw, obviously, and some are cooked. We got like one of everything and we got a bunch of hand rolls and it was absolutely 10 stars incredible. If you're craving sushi, but you want something that's like you just walk in, you sit at a bar, it's almost like a fucking omakase experience. It's not an omakase experience, but it kind of feels that way. Like that's how good the fish is. Go to Yuki Handroll Bar in Westlake. Okay, the next category we're doing is workout classes. I think I've tried a good amount of workout classes in Austin. I have my favorites. I have what I don't like. Let's get into it. First thing, probably one of my favorite workout classes in Austin is Y7. This is on South Lamar. It's a heated yoga class. It is dark in there. It is sweaty. You do 3 different yoga flows, and I love it because it's like a small, intimate class. It's really dark. There's no mirrors. There's like candles, and the music is always really good. It's always a really good workout. Like I'm dripping sweat afterwards, and I get very bored in yoga classes. For whatever reason, I don't get bored in Y7 classes. Like I actually enjoy them, and they don't make me want to like slam my head into the wall. Like some yoga classes, I'm like, I'm so bored, I'm gonna die. I never feel that way in Y7, and I just love it. Okay, sorry guys, I took a little break. I needed to eat a chomp, a barbell, some chips, put my hair in a bun, pet my cat, and I did a little scrolling intermittently while I was doing those things, and it is currently Tuesday, October 8th, and Hurricane Milton is about to hit Florida in the next day or so, and seeing the footage on TikTok and everything that's going on is like so fucking devastating. And everything that just happened with Hurricane Helen, that was absolutely devastating. So I made a quick little video sharing some resources, and I donated to like a GoFundMe, and I bought some stuff off an Amazon wishlist because I was just seeing everything, and I saw some other influencers post links and ways to help, and I was like, holy shit, like I need to do this right now. So we took a 30-minute break, so I need to catch back up to where I was. But yeah, I was just making a little video about it because I was like, holy shit, like I cannot imagine losing my home. Like the thought of actually losing my home and my belongings and thinking about the animals and the people that are stranded, like I literally, it feels very weird to just continue going about my day and doing this podcast after going on my phone and seeing and hearing those things. I feel like I just want to help, and the best way I think to do that right now is to donate and to buy things off of Amazon wishlist and send resources. So I just did that. I'm going to have Rafa do it. I'm going to send it to my family. I posted about it. Okay, let's continue on with the Austin recommendations. Where were we? I think we were at workout classes. So I talked about Y7. My next favorite is definitely Studio 3. I love Studio 3. It's downtown Austin. The thing that sucks about it is the parking situation is kind of ass. It's not a great area for parking. I will say that. It can be difficult. I suggest arriving like 10-15 minutes before your class starts because parking can be a bitch. I love it because they have a handful of different classes. They have yoga, they have like weights classes, they have HIIT, they have interval, they have cycling. It is a great place to join if you want a good like variation of different classes. And there's some that are harder, some that are easier. It's great for all skill levels. I really like it because there's days where I just want something chill for a workout. And then there's days where I want my ass whipped. And this place will give you that, especially depending on what instructor you take. So that's a place I frequent quite often. I actually have a code for your first class free with Studio 3. I'll put that code in the description of this episode. The next workout classes I love ATX Pilates. That's on South Lamar, and it's a very cute, intimate Pilates studio. I think it has like 7 or 8 reformers. It's very intimate. It's very girly. There's like a lot of pink. It's very cutesy. I love it. It's a hard ass workout. Like dead ass, my inner thighs once hurt for like 2 weeks after going to a class there. But great Pilates workout. I've also heard amazing things about Peach House Pilates on South First. However, I haven't tried it, so cannot say yes or no, but I've heard amazing things. So that's one I would also check out. I also really like Birdies, and that's also a very basic recommendation. I know so many people go to Birdies and Birdies. Oh my God, Birdies. Like, I like it though. It's a good workout. Like, I really do. It's a fucking ripoff though. Like, dude, it robs me of my class pass credits. I feel like one class is like 11 to 14 credits. Insane. But it's a good workout, and I don't do it often, but I like to do it on like a Saturday morning. It always makes me feel great after. I'll go get some food at the well after. I don't know, I like feel like I'm doing something productive with my life when I go to Birdies. And lastly, I really like YT. This is another yoga studio rec. This is also in downtown. The parking situation can be quite iffy there too, but they do have some spots directly in front of the studio, so sometimes you get lucky. I love YTX for their like heated yoga, and they also have this thing called Yo Strong that's like more of like a HIIT yoga workout. It's very hard. I don't suggest doing that class if you've never done a heated workout class before. You might actually pass out. The first time I did it, I actually thought that I was going to die. It's heated to the high 90s. You're lifting weights, you're jumping, you're cardio. It's very intense. A lot of the time the room is pretty packed. It's dark. There's no mirrors. It can be a little bit of an overwhelming experience your first time, but then afterwards you feel so good that you're like, I want to go do that again. Highly recommend Yo Strong, and also they're just like regular vinyasa flow. It's hard, especially a few instructors there are fucking hard. They are hard as hell. But if you want like hard yoga, I would say go to YTX. It's also a great thing to do like hungover because you like sweat out all your demons, sweat out all your alcohol. They have some more chill yogas, but then like the actual like vinyasa flow one, that one is quite difficult. So that's my stitch on workout classes. Next, I want to talk about sleepers. Places I just think people sleep on. Like, these are some slept on places in Austin, Texas. First one is Numero 28, and I'm not going to go drag you through another discussion on Numero 28 because I talked about it when I said my favorite restaurant in Austin. It's my favorite restaurant in Austin, and I think it's slept on. I never hear people talk about it. I rarely see people post about it. Every time I bring someone there, though, they're like, I love this. I love this. How did I not know about this place? It's slept on. 2 is Tandoori Lounge I think it's in like the William Cannon, South Austin area. This is an Indian spot, and I think it is the best Indian food that I've had in Austin. We got it randomly last week because we were in that area buying something off of Facebook Marketplace, and I saw that it had such good reviews, so I was like, we should try this place. So we got takeout. It was incredible. Oh my God, I love Indian food. And I think Austin has actually a few good options for Indian food, and I've tried a handful of places. This was by far the best. It has 4.7 stars for a reason. We got the korma and the chicken tikka because we're basic, and of course the naan and the samosas. Phenomenal. Just try it. They also are on DoorDash. Slept on. Never hear anyone talking about it. Okay, the next one is Lucky Robot, and I know you're gonna be like, Taryn, that's on South Congress. Like everybody knows of Lucky Robot. I agree. I do think it's like everyone knows about it. I know everyone's probably tried it at maybe one point or another, but it is so good. Their fish quality is amazing, and I just don't feel like I hear people talking about it. I don't feel like I hear of people saying that they like it a lot. I don't feel like I see people going very often. Like a lot of the time when I walk by it, it's not super busy. I think Lucky Robot is slept on. It is so good. And if you're wanting just like pop in, get some sushi, be on South Congress, walk around, have the South Congress vibes, go there. They do like dry aged fish, which I feel like you can't get a lot of places, and it's bomb. And the next one is also another sushi recommendation. It's called Muse Sushi. Now this is in a strip mall off of Ben White, kind of near South Lamar, where they intersect near the Target. Doesn't look like anything special. It's just like this little sushi setup next to Target. Like you wouldn't think much of it. It is amazing. I know I keep just saying the same adjectives for everything, but it is so good. I love the Krispy Kreme roll. It's affordable. It's like fairly cheap for a roll. You walk in, you order at a counter, you get it. It's amazing for takeout. It's on DoorDash. Rafa and I get it all the time on Sundays as a little takeout meal, and it is so good. If you're wanting like quick, fast sushi, you want it takeout, you want to eat it at home, go to Muse Sushi or order it on DoorDash. It's bomb. Okay, now we're getting into coffee. My coffee recommendations are, number one, I really like the Meteor. The Meteor has been quite popular recently. I've seen a lot of people posting and talking about it, mainly because they have Francs, which is this like kind of new nut milk. It's made with almonds, cashews, dates, golden powder, vanilla, cinnamon, and sea salt. And if you hear those ingredients and don't think that that sounds like a bomb-ass milk, I don't know what does, because they have Francs and it is so good, but they always sell out of it by like 9 a.m., which is very unfortunate. But this milk is amazing in a latte. It's perfectly sweet, it's perfectly thick, it's perfectly creamy. I love the latte from the Meteor. And even when they're sold out of Francs, their regular lattes are so good. I also love Noble Joe. I used to live right next to Noble Joe, so I drank it all the time. I honestly got it so much that I got sick of it. Noble Joe, also very popular. There's always a huge line there. I love their Chagachino, which is like their like mushroom infused latte, which sounds weird, but it's actually very good. It's very like cinnamony flavored, very good. They have good, strong coffee. It's creamy. It's bomb. We have Desnudo. Okay, Desnudo is probably like the most popular coffee spot in Austin right now. You see it everywhere. It is so good. I love I love the brown sugar miso. That's typically my go-to. And the coffee is really good. It's very creamy. So if you're not into like a creamy, thick latte, maybe not for you, because it's definitely like a creamy one. But my favorite thing about it, honestly, isn't even the coffee. It's just the people that work there are actually the nicest, kindest, cutest people. It was started by these two brothers from Colombia, and they get all of their beans and stuff from Colombia, and I think they like ferment their beans, and that's why it like makes the coffee taste so different than normal coffee. But it is absolutely phenomenal, and they just opened a second location downtown near the fairground area. The other one is on the east side. I also love coffee from the Carpenter Hotel, Summer Moon, Annie's Day and Night, and then the Salty Donut. This is a donut shop with insane donuts. Like their donuts are actually deadly, but they also make really good lattes. So if you're ever craving a donut, also try their coffee because it's very good. But I love the Carpenter Hotel, Summer Moon, and Annie's Day and Night. I'm not going to go into why I love every single one because I seriously need to speed this shit up, but those are my coffee recs. They will all be in the description. Okay, quickly for brunch, I love El Alma, which is a restaurant off of Barton Springs Road. It's Mexican. I love a Mexican brunch, like a chilaquiles, like something like that. And they have bomb Mexican brunch, bomb micheladas. Like when I'm thinking of brunch these days, I just want like a michelada. I'm sorry, they're so good. But El Alma is a really good brunch spot to go to, and I feel like it's not as like thought of for brunch as like a lot of other places. So you can typically get a table. It's very cute inside. And then I like Suerte too, which is a little bit more higher end brunch for sure. I went there for brunch recently and I thought it was really good. That's also a Mexican brunch. Like, seriously, don't sleep on Mexican brunch. Mexican brunch is elite. And then this is so basic, and I know this is like where every tourist goes when they come to Austin, but I think Two Hands is so good for brunch. Like, I know it's Two Hands, it's well known. I know there's one in New York. It is so good for brunch though. Like, it's just good. Like, if you go there, you're not doing something wrong. It's actually good, but you always have to wait. And the wait times can be so long. So I would also suggest making a res there. And then lastly, Brunch Baby. Now, this is a food truck next to Noble Joe. So you can get a coffee at Noble Joe, which is also a food truck, and then you can go over to Brunch Baby. Best breakfast sandwiches in Austin. Their breakfast sandwiches are so good. I'm talking like a good English muffin with aioli and egg and bacon, and they have even one with like pesto. And it's owned by the cutest couple. They are so sweet. I love me Brunch Baby. Okay, now we're gonna get into my hot takes, my dislikes, the places that I just think are overhyped. Now, I'm not necessarily saying these places are bad. They're not bad. Well, one of them kind of is bad. They're not bad by any means. They're just overhyped, like the opposite of a sleeper. They're just like, everyone talks about it, everyone's always there, and I just don't get the hype. Now, the first one, I've given so many chances, and I keep going back wanting it to be good, and it just never is that good. But I don't think Mañana is that good. Mañana is a coffee shop off of South Congress. I always see people like, Mañana's so good. I don't know. Every time I have it, it's not that good. I feel like there's way too much milk to the espresso shot. I don't know. I've never had something there that I've left and been like, this is really good. Actually, that's a lie. Their matcha's decent. I don't think their coffee is anything that amazing. The next one, Matt's El Rancho. Okay. Matt's El Rancho is like the place that you go when you first move here, or like you have friends in town and you want them to have the Austin experience. You go to Matt's El Rancho. They have like deadly knockout margs that get you wasted if you have like 2 of them. I think it's Tex-Mex. I don't know. I just think the food itself is so incredibly average. I really liked it when I first moved here because that was like the first time I had Mexican food in Austin. And like I said, the Mexican food in Oregon sucked. So I really liked it at first. But then I went back a few times and had other Mexican food in Austin, and I realized that it's pretty mid. Next is one that actually disappointed me recently. This was like 2 weeks ago, but Uchi. Uchi disappointed me because everyone's like, Uchi, go to Uchi. Uchi's the best. Oh my God, have you tried Uchi? And I was like, had these high expectations for it. And it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. It was fine, but it was nothing special. It was like, to me, it was just like regular ass sushi. It was good fish, good quality, but it was nothing special. It did not blow my socks off. It was pricey. It was just okay. I don't know. For me, the best sushi in Texas is in San Antonio at Shiro Sushi. Best sushi in Texas. The next one, people are going to get mad at me for this. And I honestly go here like not often, but every now and again. I kind of think the Nada is a little overhyped in the food category. I don't think their food is that good. It really isn't. Like, the margs are good, yes, but I feel like they legit like have Everclear or something in them, because after I drink them, I've never felt worse in my entire life. Like, my body feels like it's going to collapse the next day. Like, I feel like I'm dying. So I'm like convinced whatever they put in it is just like destructive. However, are they a great drink to pregame with? Absolutely. But holy shit, the hangover I get from those margs. The food itself, though, it's just mid. And I've tried it so many times and been like, it's going to be better this time. And I just don't think it's anything special. Then we have Sammy's. I went to Sammy's. I've been there twice now. And this is another one where I'm like, it was good, but was it worth the price tag? Absolutely not. It's so expensive. And it was just good. It was just fine. They did have a good martini, though. But it's just not worth the price tag. Although the vibes, the ambiance is sick. But I just thought the food was, it was good. It was fine. It was not worth the price tag. And then the last one is P6. Now, this is like a rooftop bar at the Line Hotel. And I feel like this is the place that like you go when you first move to Austin, because you see like, oh, this looks like a cool like rooftop bar overlooking Lady Bird Lake, or like, oh, I'm here on a bachelorette trip. Let's go to P6. Service bad, drinks mid. I've never had the food, but I've heard really that it's not good at all. The seats, every time I've been there, like the seats, it's like an uncomfortable environment. Like the seats suck and it's like uncomfy. Overpriced. it just misses the mark for me in all aspects of like a good rooftop bar. The view is nice though. Quickly, I want to go over my hotel recs for the girlies that are visiting Austin, the ones that I like. I love the Carpenter Hotel. My manager just stayed there and it was so cute. It's just like quaint. It's cutie. It has a cute little pool. It has good coffee. I also really like Colton House. My mom stayed there once and it's not like super overpriced. I think it was like a decent price when she stayed there. It was like 100 and something a night, which I feel like for being near downtown Austin and like a nicer hotel is a good price. It was very cute. They have like fun like antiques and very like eclectic vibes. Love Colton House. I like the line mainly because of the location. The pool is really cool. They have like this pool that's kind of like surrounded by trees. And then you have Alfred underneath you and Veracruz tacos. So you have like good food and coffee in the hotel. Although that is the P6 hotel. So maybe don't go to P6 while you're there. But the coffee and Veracruz tacos is really good. Never stayed there though, but like that's somewhere that I know people have stayed and they really like it. Then we have Hotel San Jose. This is just like a cutesy, God, I'm probably gonna say cute so many times. And then the next three, just quickly, Hotel San Jose, cutesy little boutique hotel off South Congress, great margs, cute little patio. The Lauren, which is where my best friend's having her rehearsal dinner. It's a whole ass vibe. It's very new. They have a good restaurant, great location. And then I've never stayed here, but I've heard great things about Hotel Ella, which is a little bit more north. One of my good friends had her, like she spent her wedding night there and she said it was amazing. So I've heard great things about Hotel Ella. So those would probably be the hotels that I would recommend. Now to finish off this episode, I just want to walk you guys through what I think would be a perfect day in Austin, Texas. What my perfect day looks like. Now, to set the scene, let's say it's like November. It's like 75 degrees outside. Wake up when I want, like 9 a.m. Go out, walk the trail, do like 4 or 5 miles on the trail. The air is just like a little bit crispy, but you're not cold. You're seeing dogs. The sun is shining. Get some steps in or do a workout class. But honestly, I think to have the ultimate like Austin experience, you need to walk the trail. Then divert up onto South Congress, get a smoothie at Sun Life. Also a basic rec, but like it hits and it's overpriced as hell, but it hits. It's really good. Either the smoothie at Sun Life or get coffee at like Noble Joe and walk the trail with your coffee, something like that. Go home and either, of course, go to Barton Springs. I know that's so like, oh my God, Taryn, you're like not telling us anything helpful or extraordinary. Everybody knows to go to Barton Springs. But I'm just saying this is my ideal day, okay? I know it's not everybody's ideal day, but it's my ideal day. Go to Barton Springs or like maybe do a resort pass situation and do like a pool day. Resort Pass is like this app that you can use to book like pools at like different hotels and resorts and things like that. So if the weather's like good that day, it's like 75, 80, go to Barton all day. And that time of year, like November, Barton's not nearly as crowded as it is in the summer. So it's just so fun. Lay out, read a book, hang out with your friends. It's a vibe. Or go to a pool. But honestly, I think I'd pick Barton over it because we're talking about an ideal day in Austin, right? Barton Springs is like the heart of Austin. Go home and get ready. Go do dinner at either ATX Cocina or Numero 28, my two favorites. One of the two, depending if I'm craving Mexican or Italian. Then maybe go out to some drinks after. I love the espresso martinis from the Proper bar. So you can walk over to the Proper from either of those restaurants, get a little espresso martini. At this point, we're feeling good. We're feeling light. Go, and then I probably would say in between going out or going to a concert, I would love to either go out on the east side. I really like the Mezcal bar at Whistler's. I've had fun at like Austin Garden. I've had fun at Hotel Vegas a few times. Bop around the east side. I know this is nothing extraordinary. This is like what every bitch just like me does in Austin, but like they do it for a reason. It's fucking fun, okay? Or maybe do like a little speakeasy vibe. We went to Mama Dearest recently and it's kind of more of like a divey situation on the east side and had a lot of fun there. But just like bop around to bars, but not like crazy dancing on the tables, like latchkey vibes. It's not really my vibe, but more so like places you can go with friends, sit down, have like a good drink. Because one thing I've learned recently is I don't really like to just like drink to get drunk. Like I like to drink and enjoy it and still get drunk. But like I want to enjoy what I'm consuming. I'm not like I don't love a tequila soda. Like that's not really my go-to. Like I want to go somewhere where I can get like a good like cocktail and just like sit and talk with friends. Or go to a concert. So instead of going out, it could also be a concert. I feel like concerts here are so fun. Like maybe one at like Scoot Inn or one at Moody Amphitheater or one at, what is that place called? Oh, Stubbs. Stubbs is also really fun. Like an outdoor concert is such a good plan to have, and then maybe go out after that. But that's kind of like what I feel like is like my perfect Saturday in Austin. But guys, that is my Austin 101 episode. Mainly food recs. We talked a little bit about workout classes though, and places to live, and just like hotels and random shit. I don't even know what I just said for the last like 2 hours that I've been recording this. But I hope this was helpful. And if you're ever coming to Austin, take some of these recs, because I promise you I'm right. And all of these places slap my literal ass. Might have to do a part 2, because I do want to do like girls weekend itinerary, activity recs, and more things like that, because I feel like I accidentally spent this whole time talking all about food. But I really got to share with you guys some of my true favorites, and it feels good to get this off my chest. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to the Tearing It Up podcast, and I hope you have the best week, and maybe you can get takeout from one of the places that I just recommended, and maybe it might just change your life. All right. See you guys later. Goodbye.